I want to tell you a story about two clients of mine, Daryl and Carol Mosley.
We first met David in 2009. He came to us and offered us a service. And for me, anyone that comes into my house trying to sell me something, they have to earn my trust.
Very straight to the point type of guy. I remember walking in his house and the first thing he said is like, "You're not making a sale tonight, just letting you know."
So there had to be something about him that earned our trust, and he provided just wonderful guidance and information. We bought those life insurance policies at that time.
So when we first set up their original policy 12 years ago, they didn't have living benefits, frankly, because I didn't know about them at that time. And then when I reviewed their policy, we upgraded their plan, added more coverage because they needed it, and we included the free living benefits at that time. And thank God we did.
When he brought up the living benefits, I had never heard of that before.
Our policies are the exact same thing as traditional life insurance, but our policies give you the option to accelerate and cash out the policy if you're to become terminally, chronically, or critically ill. For example, if you're to have like a heart attack, stroke, cancer, kidney failure, get ALS, severely burned, traumatic brain injury, if you go in a coma, get paralyzed, if you need in-home care, hospice care, nursing home, if you can't do 2 out of 6 activities of daily living, our policies pay you the death benefit or accelerate the death benefit while you're living. And they had the policy 11 months, and then tragic struck.
Well, I always got my mammogram every year. But this year when I went to get my mammogram, they said we need to do a biopsy. And they found that I had breast cancer. And it wasn't just in like one lymph node, it was in 9 lymph nodes. And so it made treatment more challenging.
When I met her, she was a brown belt in Taekwondo. She was running marathons. When I sent the nurse out there, she got a preferred rating. Very strong lady.
And nowhere in my wildest dreams did I even think that cancer was living in my body.
It just took everybody by surprise.
Initially, they told us we were stage 1. But as you continue to process, they continue to do more scans and ultimately determined that she was stage 4 and that her cancer was inoperable. At the time, we had been living in a 700 square foot apartment.
This was a couple that had been delaying gratification, investing into their future to one day be able to, buy their dream house and retire. But I think it made him realize this is the time. Okay, now it's time to enjoy the fruits of our labor.
It was immediately on my heart to get her out of that apartment. So I began to try to figure out how we could do that. And that's when it dawned on me that we had this living benefit. I wasn't exactly sure how it worked, so I immediately called David.
So I remember the phone call I got from her husband, Daryl, and it just took me by surprise. We started the claim process that day, and a couple months later, the policy paid out, and they received $317,000 check out of her $500,000 death benefit.
It was a godsend. It was something that was there for us when we needed it.
We have been receiving so much bad news. To get a little bit of good news was really a blessing.
In their situation, they had very good health insurance through the military and through the employer and all that. But what this gave them opportunity to do was to buy their dream home.
I mean, I love our house. I love all the little personal touches that we put in, and I told my husband, I said, I feel comfortable here. My diagnosis and the different things that have happened, it's important to be comfortable.
If they had the traditional policy, it wouldn't have paid out a penny because she's not dead. And that's the power of the living benefits. It's there when you really need it for your family.
That was one more thing to be grateful for. I'm grateful for all my family members. My husband is a full-time nurse. My daughter and my sons. I never imagined my kids helping me with my medical care. Just so much I'm grateful for, especially for my family, especially for the policy and blessings that came with the policy. So, a lot. Grateful for a lot.
Getting a living benefits policy is the most important thing that you can do for your family, period. It's the difference of having access to hundreds of thousands of dollars and having nothing.
You never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. You know, take me for example. I was healthy.
It's bittersweet. This isn't a benefit that we wanted, but it was a benefit that was welcomed, and it was a benefit that changed our life.
So, tell me what just happened right after we wrapped.
As we're wrapping up this living benefits testimonial, I get a text from my dad. It's a pretty long text. I'm just going to read the first part. Urologist has confirmed that I have cancer in the prostate, and an MRI will be set up to determine the full extent of the cancer. So,
What is that? What are you feeling right now?
I mean, we just shot this, and it just reconfirms it's real. You know, living benefits. Everyone needs it.